Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Erica Salee, speaker, self-help author, transformation success coach, and owner of True Synergy. As a result of my personal coaching and professional development programs, I help my clients to figure out what stands in the way of their success. So I love having conversations with women and organizations who are really looking to move beyond those barriers so that they can create the best version of themselves or their organizations. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you about my upcoming online program, Healthy Living, a Holistic Approach to Self-Care and Well-Being. We are just a little more than 1 week away from the kickoff on July the 27th. And so if this is the first time that you are hearing about the program, this will give you a little bit more insight as to what to expect. And then, of course, if you have been seeing the posts that I've been putting out about it, then you may have some questions that I hope to answer in this brief conversation. And so let me just take a step back really quickly and tell you that healthy living has been my intense focus over the last probably 10 or so years. In particular, over the last few years, as a recently divorced woman, I have actually had to use a number of the strategies that I share in this program just to keep my own sanity, my mental, my physical, my spiritual well-being intact. And of course, we are living in an age where people are stressed, they are anxious, and trying to figure out how to navigate the new normal that we find ourselves in, especially after COVID, and we're still in the throes of COVID. There's new variants coming about, other health concerns that we are hearing about on a daily basis. We are also trying to figure out how to manage the stress that we're dealing with, perhaps trying to make sure that we're handling work and home in a way that keeps us healthy. And sometimes it's not always easy to figure out how to navigate through all of that. And so it's really, really important for us to think about healthy living and how in the midst of everything that we are dealing with, how to really show up for ourselves and yes, practice self-care. And I don't know if you can see clearly what my hat says, but it does reiterate the fact that of all the hats we wear, whether you're a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a spouse, a companion, a worker, an employee, employer, all the things that we have going on in a single day, of all of those things that we should take time out to make sure that we put on the hat of self-care, that we get in action to really be focused and intentional on what it means to take care of us. And so the Healthy Living Program was born out of the need for us to really think about, well, how do I handle this? How do I even make myself a priority? How do I focus on the things that I should do for me without feeling guilty about it? And I've had many conversations with clients, with my family, with my friends, and this topic seems to come up all the time. I've talked about it in many other circles, and so I decided to put this program together to offer something to those who may be looking for a way to put themselves at the forefront, who may be looking for a way to unload the stress and the anxiety that we've been feeling, who may be looking for a way to take off the cape, the Superman or the Superwoman cape, where you feel like you can jump in there, do it, be it for everybody else. And then when it comes time to do things for you, you're looking around like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? And so if that sounds familiar to you, or you just know that it is time for you to just be healthier, to be able to handle your emotions, to handle your thoughts, to be able to put things in perspective, so that you can live and be in the healthiest place that you can possibly be in spite of all the things that are happening all around us. So I want to give you a little bit of insight into the program. And so I'm also going to make sure that the link to the information page is included in the description of this video. But I wanted to just have the conversation to just quickly go through what the program is all about. So let me first of all say this, that it is a self-paced program. So there are 7 modules that you get to go through on your own at your own pace. You get to set your schedule in terms of when you are looking at the content for each of those modules. There are worksheets that come along with the modules so that not only are you getting the information, but then you are putting the information into action to really make it work for you, okay? So 7 modules, interactive. There are videos included in the program so that not only are you getting the information in the modules, but you're also getting some extra videos with some tips on what you can do on a daily basis to really take ownership of your health and well-being. Okay, so 7 interactive modules. You get, as I said, an applied worksheet or an opportunity to apply the information in a worksheet at the end of each of the modules. We also have weekly live group coaching sessions. This is where we come together in a forum, and some of those will be through Zoom. Some of them will be on our program Facebook page, which is a private page only for those who are enrolled in the program, okay? So in those live group coaching sessions, what we will do is we will touch on the information that you received in each of the modules. We'll spend some time doing that, but then we also have additional content that I will share with you during those live group coaching sessions. So here is what that means, and I'll share with you exactly what topics we're going to cover. We think about healthy living. A lot of times we often think about it from the perspective of, okay, it's what I eat, it's how much I exercise, and all of that is relevant, is important, and it is a part of healthy living, yes. But there are other things that when you think about our interactions on a day-to-day basis, not just with other people, but interactions within ourselves that also contribute to healthy living. So let me give you an example. So in addition to specific content in the modules. And let me just say this. I'll go through each of the modules first, and then I'm going to talk about what is a part of the group coaching piece of it, okay? So the first module is around setting intentions, and all of this can be found on the information link that is in the description of this video. But the first module is about setting intentions for the entire program and what you do beyond the program. So when the program is over, you will have gotten into the habit of setting intentions so that not only are you showing up for yourself during the time of the program, but once the program is over, you have already begun to practice what it means to be intentional about the actions that you take in order for you to be healthy. So that's the first piece of it. And that's important because before we move into anything, we have to be very clear about how we're going to show up for ourselves, making sure that we're committed to investing in not just the cost of the program, but the time and the energy, which can be attributed to your designated time for self-care. So that's the first module. The second module talks about what's in a day. And that really takes a look at all the things that we go through in the course of a day and how it impacts the way we show up and be healthy for ourselves, okay? So we take a look at that so we can really get present to all of the things that come across our plate on a day-to-day basis. So we can really begin to understand not just how we're feeling, but the contributing factors to how we may be feeling and how we may either be showing up or not showing up for ourselves. So that's module number 2. Module number 3 is about the myth. Right? It's the myth connection and it's the myth rejection. And what that means is that there are 3 myths that I believe many of us buy into when it comes to what we think about taking care of ourselves. And so I've talked about this in other circles, but I talk about it again here because 1, it is a reiteration, and 2, it really is an opportunity to get present to why you may be holding out on yourself when it comes to taking care of you. And then of course, not just do I want you to understand what the myths are, but then I introduce you to the new truths that hopefully you will gravitate more toward and continue on your healthy living journey and kind of release some of those old ways of thinking when it comes to taking care of you. So module number 4 is about stress management. I talked a little bit ago about all the things that we are dealing with. You turn on the TV, you look at your social media, you talk to family, friends, you talk to your coworkers, and everybody is dealing with stuff. So whether it's what's happening in our communities, whether it's what's happening at work, you got stuff going on in your family, your friends, you're trying to manage a business, maybe you're working and you're trying to do all of these things. And so lots of that contributes to our stress level. And so I'm going to be sharing stress management techniques with you in module number 4. So module number 5 is about meals and movement. Now, of course, healthy living is about what we eat. It is about how much we give our bodies the opportunity to be active, movement, exercise, working out, however you want to classify that, on whatever level is comfortable for you. So yes, we are going to talk about both of those things. In this particular module, I'm going to be talking about different types of nutrition plans that you can select for yourself depending on what your goals are, depending on recommendations. Perhaps, I'm not a physician. So anything that I share in this program, I do encourage you to consult with a physician to make sure that you are doing what is best for you, your body type, and what you need. But in this particular module, I do give you some options to think about, and then you can in turn have the discussions that you need to have with your medical professional. Okay, so that's module number 5. Module number 6 is called Sacred Mornings and Night Release. And I think that so often we miss the fact that what we do in the morning can really set the tone for the rest of our day. And then how we close out at night after all the stuff in the day is also important. So I'm going to be talking about that in module number 6. Module number 7 is about building your plan and practice. Okay, so by the time we get to module number 7, you will have gotten enough information through the rest of the program so that you can pretty much build your toolkit as to how you plan to move forward when the program is over. So in between each of those modules, you will see some extra bonus videos with some tips to kind of give you some other things to think about in terms of incorporating into your wellness routine. So those are the specific modules that are laid out. Okay, so you can go on to the website. Once you register, you'll be able to get to the program online. And so you can go through each of those modules, you can go through the information, and you are then directed to the worksheet that corresponds with that module so that you can actually be in action, right, for that part of the program. So when it comes to the live group coaching, what happens is each week we're going to sort of do a recap of what you would have done on your own. And then I'm going to introduce additional topics for you to think about when it comes to healthy living. And these are the topics that you can expect. Now, I have specific dates on these, and I, realize that there's some flexibility. So we will meet every Thursday from 7 to 8:30 p.m., and that will be our group coaching time. And again, that will be either through Zoom or it may be in the private Facebook group. Okay, so the first topic that we're going to cover as part of the group coaching session is self-love and acceptance. So it is around what do we think about ourselves and how do we acknowledge who we are, what we bring to the table? Because when we think positively about ourselves and we acknowledge and love on ourselves, that is a form of healthy living. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to share some strategies with you on how to embrace that. The second topic, and let me go back. So that topic is actually scheduled for Thursday, August the 4th. On August the 11th, we're going to talk about relationships. Actually, let me just make sure because I switched a couple things around. So yes, so August the 11th, we're going to talk about relationships. Now, what we also fail to realize is the people that we are connected to and how we let them into our space and the energy that we give them and what we allow to be reciprocated back to us is a form of healthy living. So we're going to assess those relationships and figure out who's in the spaces that we're in and how is that contributing to my overall wellness. So that's August the 11th. August the 18th, we're going to talk about healthy mindset, because when it comes to doing anything as it pertains to our health, our wellness, our emotional well-being, our physical well-being, it all starts with mindset. What we think really directs what we do. And so that is going to be August the 11th. August the 18th, August the 11th was relationships. August the 18th is healthy mindset. September the 1st is going to be the words that we speak. And the reason there's a gap there is because I will be on vacation from August the 21st through the 27th. And so coming back from vacation, we'll pick up September the 1st. We're going to talk about the words you speak, because what we say definitely impacts what we create for ourselves. And so I'm going to talk about how to eliminate self-sabotaging thoughts in the mindset piece and self-sabotaging words in the words you speak piece. And yes, all of this is a part of healthy living, because it is like setting the tone. It's the foundation for the other things that we're going to cover in each of the 7 modules, okay? So then on September the 8th, we're going to talk about the art of saying no. Now, I get it. Some people have a hard time saying no. Well, let me say it this way. You have a hard time saying no to other people, but it's real easy for you to say no to yourself. So this topic is really going to give you some strategies on how to say no to other people in a respectful way from a place of integrity, so that you can say yes to yourself and to do it without feeling guilty. And I know some people who are always wanting to be there for other people, and you want to show up to different events and activities, and you find yourself overbooked, double booked, triple booked, and you're trying to figure out, well, how do I navigate through that? The art of saying no will be a really big piece for you to hone in on. September the 15th, we're going to talk about creating boundaries, and those two really go together. And so when you think about saying no, that is in essence a boundary to protect you from overbooking and overstressing. But I'm going to actually dig a little bit deeper into how to begin to create those boundaries when you're aligning yourself with the things that serve you. And there's a strategy around that. So that's September the 15th. And then September the 22nd is being new and embracing you. And that really corresponds with the last module, which is building your plan and practice. Because when you think about all that you will have acquired from the beginning of the program to the end of the program, you really want to be on the trajectory to then move into a constant, consistent, persistent, intentional, there's that word again, practice of healthy living. And so those are the group coaching sessions. Now, there's also an opportunity for on-demand coaching. The difference between group coaching and on-demand coaching is that with the group coaching, I have specific topics that I've laid out to go over with you. On-demand coaching means that you get to reach out to me either through email, you can put it in the group, Facebook group, and you can say, hey, I've got a question about this. Or can we talk about this? It may be something that we hadn't even covered. And so you have the opportunity to bring those requests to me, and then I get to share as a part of an on-demand coaching, which I get, we share with everybody. So you might come with a question and maybe someone else has the same question, they just didn't ask it, or maybe it'll be an aha moment for them. And so we get to share from that perspective as well. So that is the on-demand piece of the program. And again, I've talked about the private Facebook group. So yes, you do have access to what I call the Sacred Space Accountability Group. It is a place that is specifically designated for us to come together. It is private, so it is only for those who enroll in the program. And we will utilize that Facebook group, and we will also use Zoom as an opportunity to connect as well. Now, in addition to all of those things, there are some extras, some bonuses. So we will do breathing and stretching sessions. So I will schedule those. Those will just be ad hoc. We'll come together and you pop in when you can. And we are taking some time to just utilize the benefit of breathing. Exercises with deep inhales and exhales, which really are a go-to at any point in time. The program also includes a free ticket to the virtual spa indulgence. So more to come on that, but just know that as a part of this program, your ticket for that virtual event is included. It also includes discounts on the products that you can get from thecitizenroom.com, which is a space that I have designated for you to grab your compliments to your self-care routine. And of course, after this program is over, you're going to have plenty of things to be able to tap into in terms of strategies, methods, and tools. And then you can go to thecitizenroom.com to grab your candles, your body scrubs, your body butters, and the things to accent that. So as a part of this, you get discounts on those items. And of course, there's extra videos all throughout the program. You'll also get occasional emails. I'm not going to inundate you with emails, but just a few reminders on things to keep you motivated to stay in your healthy living rhythm. Okay, so all of that being said, I'm wrapping this up really quickly. So you're probably saying, okay, well, what is the cost? What is the cost of this? Okay, so if you are following me on the information page, you will scroll down to the bottom and you'll see that the cost upfront is $19.97. Okay. Now, some people might be saying, oh my gosh, $19.97, like, can I drop that all at one time? Well, if the answer to that is no, then I've also structured a payment plan. So you can either pay $19.97 upfront, or you can make 6 payments of $356 per month, right? 6 payments of $356 per month. And that's it. It makes it easier to manage if you cannot, do the cost-efficient way, $19.97. The most flexible way, of course, is the payment plan. So again, that's 6 payments of $356 per month. So with that being said, I know that I tried to get a lot out there in a short amount of time, but hopefully that gives you some additional information as to how the program is structured. Now, here's the last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to direct you to go right to the registration link and secure your spot. So you might be saying, oh my gosh, well, I've got this thing to do on Thursdays from 7 to 8:30. And so I don't know if I can meet the group coaching sessions. How am I going to do that? So here's 2 things I'm going to say. All of the group coaching sessions and the on-demand sessions will be recorded. Okay, those sessions will be recorded. They will be either emailed to you, posted in the Facebook group. There's lots of different ways that I can use to make sure that you get all the recordings of any of the group coaching sessions. Okay, so just remember that if you have something else on Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, it really doesn't preclude you from being a part of this program, because you will still get all of the information. Remember, the modules, the worksheets, all the videos inside of the program are self-paced. You can click on those and go through those at your own pace. All of the group coaching and on-demand sessions will be recorded, so you will get those as well. Here's the second thing that I will say, is that in each session that the program is running, depending on the number of people, then we do have some flexibility. So on kickoff night, I poll people and say, hey, does Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 work for you? We might have the opportunity to flex and to switch it to another day if it works for everyone else. So I'm really being flexible. This is what is set aside to kick off the program, Thursdays from 7 to 8:30. But I will be polling people to say, hey, if this doesn't work for you, let's figure out a better day for the group coaching sessions, and we come together and make it work. So I'm trying to make sure that if there's any barrier that might keep you from moving forward to do what you need to do for you, because I know you're tired. I know you're stressed. I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, if there's one more thing, if I do something for someone else, one more thing for somebody else, and I ignore myself, I just don't know how much longer I can take it. So if that is you, and you've been processing in your head how to make this work for you, I'm letting you know that it is absolutely possible for you to do it, regardless of whether you think, oh my gosh, this is on my calendar. I got this date. So here's the final thing. This really is the final thing. The last thing that I will say is this, is that think of this as your investment in you. Now, I'm not just talking about the $19.97 or the 6 payments of $356. No, your investment in you is when you say, you know what, I have been saying for a long time that I've got to do this thing better. I've got to figure out how to manage myself. I've got to get healthier. I've got to maintain a good mind space. I really have to invest this time for me, because I've been on this hamster wheel for so very long. And now is the time for me. So if that is you, then let's go ahead and make this work Now is the time, because we are in a time and a space where people are just all over the place and trying to figure out where is the medium that I get to find for me, so that when I invest in me, then I can do, I can be, and I can show up for people in a much better way, because I'm showing up for myself first. So again, go ahead, click the link in the description of this video, secure your spot. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to post a comment here in the video, or go ahead and DM me and ask your questions, anything that I may not have addressed. But understand that we are kicking off July the 27th. And so time is of the essence. And even if you say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can make the kickoff meeting, again, all of the sessions will be recorded, so you will get everything that you need, even if you cannot physically be present for that kickoff. Okay, so I look forward to staying on this healthy living journey with you. I hope that you got information that you needed in the space of making a decision, and now is the time to make that decision. If you happen to be seeing this video on YouTube, then I'm going to encourage you to subscribe to this channel, share it out, and then turn the notifications on so that you are in the know when brand new videos are uploaded. So go ahead, secure your spot, and I look forward to staying on the healthy living journey with you. Mwah.